Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Farm, thinking right out here in the lab, in the book. We starting. I got a new rabbit hole. We going down right now. Glorious Sons of Light. Okay, excuse me. The Glorious Light of Meditation. GLM. That's what they abbreviated in the book. So that's what we're into. In this topic right now, we're gonna get into the goal of She Taught Netta, aka Right Thinking Philosophy, is to get you to have the Great Awakening. Let's go. Right isms. 25 rules live by storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's handle our business. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. What the hell? What's going on here? Excuse me. What was that? Excuse me. Okay. To help you reach spiritual enlightenment, aka obtain knowledge of self or spiritual enlightenment, aka to know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. And you can see where we're going with this. Let's get there together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through, because that's what I do. Know thyself. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. That's why you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself and two. My God, be true. Right thinkers. Let's talk about the goal. I'm trying to break it down as simple as I can get it for you. The goal of She Taught Netta, aka Right Thinking Philosophy, is for you, the individual, to reach your have that great awakening we call Nehast. Let's talk about it. Okay. Nehast is the highest level. Okay. You have to have your great awakening experience, aka that's Nehas. All right, spiritual enlightenment. Let's talk about it. The goal of She Taught Netta, the Great Awakening. What is the purpose of Netarianism? That's what we follow. The Netters, okay, the secret of the Netters. What is the purpose of all the disciplines of the Netarian spirituality? We're gonna break that down. The end of all Netarian and right thinking philosophy disciplines is to get you to discover the meaning of who am I. Understand? I. To unravel what we call life's mysteries that cannot be explained, that cannot be taught, it had to be experienced. That's the mystery. You have to have it for yourself, and everybody got their own. That's the beautiful part. And the mysteries of life, and to fathom the depths of eternity and infinity. Infinity. The spirit can't die. The consciousness, if it's not enlightened, it fears what? Death. That's the concept. And if you get over that, that's the purpose of reaching Nihas. You no longer fear that death. Why? You know that you are one with God. That's the goal. And this is the task of all human beings. And it is to be accomplished when? In this very lifetime. Why? Because if not, spirit gotta go do it again. It's called reincarnation. Understand it. Moving on. But this is a simple concept in the philosophy that, if understood and practiced, it makes all the sense in the world. That's the only way you find out. You can't find out no other way. You can't believe in God. You got to know God. All you got to do is serve Him. He'll make His parents known to you. He'll let you know. Okay, when you're doing a good job. And please, all y'all religious, biblical, Christ follower, whatever, understand it's only in your mind. God is up here and in here. Heart, mind, coherence. Once you become conscious of that, you gain knowledge of that, things will change. Watch this. This is called the transcendental change. This is called the awakening. This can be done. How? By learning what? The ways of the Neteru, aka the gods, and all these aspects of your character. I did that a long time ago. I got to go back to that. Really? That's elementary. We in college now. We in a whole nother level. You should be familiar with this comment, this whole jargon. I'm talking Neteru, the gods, aspects of you. And we tell you to what? You emulate them by practicing them daily, and then finally you what? Becoming like them. You eat the knowledge of the gods and goddesses, aspect of your character. You practice them, you understand them, and now you become like them. You become Aku, AKHU. Know what that means? An enlightened being, aka a right thinker. All right, for this day and age. Back then it was Netherlands. I understand that. She taught Nether. Okay, but now we're right thinkers. We practicing the philosophy, the same philosophy. I haven't changed nothing. It's just the name. My mind, why the people I tell stories about is about my life experiences. So understand this. You become an Aku, meaning an enlightened being. Walking the earth. I walk the earth like anybody and everybody else. No different. But in mind and spirit, I'm a whole lot different. That's all. And watch this, as what? Giants. And accomplishing great deeds. All that jibber jabber, what are you doing? I'm here accumulating views and followers and subscribers to what? Help them out. That's the great deed, as far as I'm concerned. It's, to me, it is. I don't know what other people did, but I'm doing a great thing. I'm helping somebody else out. The benefit, the beauty for me is I can do this on my terms. So that's why I'm here doing what I do. My philosophy, I'm doing this for you. And great deeds. What's a great deed? Such as the creation of the universe. That's God's great deed for man. It gets better. What's this? The Kemet word, Nehast, again, they can't get the definition right word because it's ours. There's no definition in Wikipedia. They don't have it in their terminology. Again, the word Nehas, it means, and we tell them the definition, attaining the sublime and the highest goal of life, which is what? Self-knowledge, knowledge of self, know thyself, and which is spiritual enlightenment. Ding, 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 ding. Whatever word you use, we got a bunch of them now here. Everybody call it something different. Don't care. I keep telling you that. But the idea is to what? Experience it. To experience that state of consciousness, awakening of what? Oneness, becoming one with God, with the divine. I tell you that all the time. Now it's in the words. Well, it gets excited. This is what I know. This is how I live. And all creation, God, the divine, is in all his creation. And with this knowledge, which transcends your egoistic individuality born of your ego consciousness, me, my, no. Like the river that what? Uniting with the ocean. All rivers go somewhere, okay? The spirit has to go somewhere, and if the knowledge of itself is wakened, it go back home. Same concept. And when discovering this greater essential nature of oneself, that's Nehas. Watch this. That state, when you reach that state, again, a state of mind, heaven and hell, they both just the states of mind. And when you're ignorant, you're in hell. When you're enlightened, you can reach the state of heavenly bliss and understanding within oneself. And that state of mind, which bestows what? Abiding blessedness, peace, bliss, contentment, and total fulfillment and freedom from all limitations and supreme empowerment. Once you reach that level, you don't want, need, or desire anything. Well, how can you do that? They just told you. Practice, master oneself. You see the monks, they do that all for a reason. They practice to get to that level. If that's what you want to do. Some of us don't want that. That's fully understandable. Again, your choice, but at least know yourself. Now, let me give you a quick picture. Now, I done told you about Harut, the four sons. When you die, the internal parts of your body get taken in. You see the four people right here? You see the different heads? Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. How about that for your Christians? Okay, way ahead of y'all. Watch this. And they each got different heads. Remember, look at the headdress. You got the baboon, you got the human, you got the jackal, and you got the bird. Sound familiar? The four horsemen? Come on, fellas. Way past that. Way past that. Come on. We've been doing this a long time. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You Christian lovers, the Bible tells us think that this is the only thing going. Man, stop with that. This is for you. The ultimate goal, the great awakening. The ultimate goal, which is Nehast. The ultimate goal of life is to reach Nehast. Well, I don't care what you thought. This ain't about what you thought. This is about what you need to learn. Pay attention. Nehas means having a spiritual awakening. You and God becoming one. You recognizing you and God are one. Now you're not just human no more. You're God-like, conscious. It is the spiritual awakening that leads one to discover the glory of life, which goes beyond death. Scared to death when death came calling. Scared to death. That's ignorance of your higher self. He didn't know God within himself, obviously. And if y'all pretend to, and then at death, when it comes, you freak out, you was lying to yourself anyway. Why? Because if you knew yourself, you don't fear death. It's part of this thing we call life. It's the other half. You can't have one without the other. Yin yang. Yin can't yin without the yang. Yang can't yang without the yin. So life and death all go hand in hand. It's a simple philosophy, and it's inevitable for the physical body. Not, well, I don't know. Never mind what you know, what you thought. Understand what you need to know, and you'll be better off. Moving on. That's how you learn. When you learn to go beyond death, and you're discovering what? That's immortality. That's eternity. And that's supreme peace. You're not worried about nothing. You ain't worried about dying. You ain't worried about stuff. You ain't worried about nothing. That's peace, supremely. Calm down. I'm all excited. Yeah, I gotta calm myself down, revved up like a preacher on the pulpit. I need to get my thing. I'm sweating. All right. But I'm feeling this. This is the passion I show, and because this is the covenant goal for all right thinkers, all spiritual aspirants, anybody in all religions, it's all the same purpose. Everybody want to do it of the world, the past or present. God is the ultimate connection we're trying to make. And by any means necessary, I'm trying to get you to have yours. I'm not here to preach to you. I'm not here to say you're Billy Goods. I'm trying to get you to practice the philosophy that I did, that you can do the same thing too. That's what teaching is all about, as far as I'm concerned. And this is the goal that is to be striven for when? In life. I ain't saying just black people. I'm saying in life, people in general, human beings, we all one family. I don't give a damn about your color. They just showed you the four different things. So I just gave a lesson about the four brands of man: the Egyptians, the Nubians, the Europeans, and the Assyrians. White, black, two different races of people. Okay, three really. All right, but it was the most. This is the most worthy goal in life. Why? Because all else will fade away. That's why. One day. No matter how rich, famous you are, it's going to dissipate. We going to not remember. But when you live eternally, you go back to God, you right where you need to be, at home, at peace. Here was the problem. This is the problem. Once you solve this, you good to go. That was their philosophy 10,000 years ago. Why are we still stuck on stupid? Trying to get something, I'm going to take this. You can't take none of this with you. Moving on. But watch this. And when all else in this physical world is perishable, it's fleeting, it's an illusory. That big fancy car, that big nice house, when you leave, somebody else gonna get it. Simple as that. We come in here with nothing, we're gonna leave with nothing. The idea is to enjoy while you're here and get what? Knowledge of self, so you have to keep coming back. I don't worry about gathering. I don't have a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not an accumulator, okay? I don't care about stuff. At one time I did, I got, yeah, stuff. So, And this is what is called the Great Awakening. Yeah, Nehast, hello. The awakening to what? Your spiritual consciousness. Your heart is the spirit, your consciousness, the understanding. When they come together, that's one complete human being with knowledge of self. They told us what? Know thyself. In the upper left-hand corner, I just showed you the picture. On the side, you see a Asar. He's in his casket. He's awakening from his tomb, and he's being assisted by who? His four grandsons. Well, I thought you said it's Haru's son. If he's the father of Haru, and these are Haru's sons, who are they to him? Grandsons. I know what I'm talking about. Trust me. Just put my spin on it because I can teach it any way I need to, but still, his grandson's taking care of him. That's the bottom line. Four sons of Haru, and you see them all different faces. I get that lesson a long time ago. And these four sons, watch this, are also, I say four grandsons, they say sons. Okay, the four sons of Haru, but they're also the four grandsons of Asar, which is they helping awaken. The sons are also what they call the first Shimsu. What the hell is a Shimsu? The Shimsu Haru. That means they are the ones who follow Asar, their grandfather. And they help to what? Resurrect him. Why? They got his internal parts. Okay? His heart, his lung, intestines, okay, and his stomach. Those are parts that they put in canoptic jars to keep with him. So they think he's gonna come back. So that was the philosophy and concept. We know it's different now. But nihas means to wake up consciously, not from sleep. No, consciously waking up. Remember, I keep saying no, I keep forgetting I got to institute. You need to remember thyself. Your memory is your consciousness that need to be brought to life. God knows himself. He ain't the one with the memory loss. It's you. So you got to wake up to what? To awakening to what? Your higher existence. Haru in you. That's God's son. That's us. Y'all say in Christ. That's us again in the flesh. That's us. He's not the first. Matter of fact, he's the last. To be exact, he's the first. Haru. Let's go. Now the question, the $64,000 question. Well, how do we attain this lofty goal of Nehas? Glad you asked. I wouldn't tell you if I wouldn't tell you how to get there. I know the way. And just because all your religions, I don't have a problem with them. Why? Because all religions are striving for that does not mean that they are engaging in the correct methods. Right there, I got a problem with religions. Right there. Right there. That fact that what? Y'all ain't really engaging it correctly. Okay, y'all misinterpret a few things. And if you think those people in that book is real, you really missed the boat. Okay, but the correct methods in order for you to achieve what? That goal of Nehas. If we got all these billions of Christians, if it was doing its job, we have a whole bunch of enlightened Nehas people. Why we don't have that? Egypt was full of them. Okay, for thousands of years they lived in harmony amongst themselves and grew and prospered for thousands of years with that philosophy. Religion, when I came in, took over, this is what we got. For the last 5,900 something years, we've been in religious mode. Okay, 2,000 years is Christian concept nonsense. Y'all still, the Bible, the Bible. Read the book of the coming forth by day, aka the book of the dead. You want to learn something? There you go. There's some information you should get right there. Moving on. And watch this. They may have dogma, and that's all y'all got. Dogma, which is what? The idea. But that does not mean that they have the how. And one cannot attain resurrection, spiritual enlightenment, nihas, spiritual awakening, with just by having faith or belief. Mm-mm. What I tell you? Wait a minute. I tell you, put the work in, when daily, right? You cannot get awakened spiritually just by faith. Faith must be followed like prayer with what? Action. Ding, 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 ding. So all that believing, all that work, man, what you doing? How you living? That's all it's gonna count. Again, living in accordance with the teachings, the philosophy, obeying God's laws, whatever y'all want to call it, the dogma, the Ten Commandments, the tenets of Islam, all that, it's all the same thing. But if it's not getting you to that level, what that tell you? It might be the wrong thing. I've reached that level. I know that level. Ain't many of y'all who doing the other stuff at that level. Ain't even close. And my best friend, he's at that level. That's why he's where he is. But he's teaching y'all how to get it. What that tell you? So trust me, I understand it. I respect it when it's done correctly. And ain't many of y'all doing it that way. So I ain't gotta correct. I ain't gotta respect all y'all. Moving on, I respect my dude. And what happened when it's done in accordance and correct to the right teachings, that leads to growing and understanding of your finale experience. You got to have your own experience. What of the divine? And if you put the work in, that's just what happens. Kundalini only activates when you do righteous action. So it's built in. It's already there. Your job is to activate it. My job is to help you do just that. That ain't hard to do for me. Moving on. The end of all of right thinking or Netarian disciplines have one goal, and that is to achieve the meaning of who I am. In other words, you need to know thyself. To unravel life's mystery and life at the phantom, and to phantom the depths of your eternity and your infinity. When you know yourself, you will know those things about yourself. But this is the task of who? Of all human beings, not just right thinkers, but it is to be accomplished in this very lifetime. Why? Because if not, you got to come back and do it again. That's why it's the goal for every human being who comes here, not to be rich and famous or that nonsense. The only goal is to what? Make it home. This ain't home. This is a stop along the way. And become, watch this. This can be done. Again, this can be done and has been done for centuries and generations by what? Learning the ways of the Neteru. I've been trying to tell you for the last 5 years and emulating them, becoming them. Again, put it in your daily lifestyle, become them, and finally becoming what? Like them. That's self-mastery. Aku, what that means. Walking the earth as giants and accomplishing great deeds. I'm here every day doing what I consider a great deed for those who are in what need of what I've got to bring. Simple as that. That's how it goes. Aku is a term that we use in Netarian theology, excuse me. That means enlightened beings, okay, with knowledge of self. Ak is a person who has achieved Nehast, who has achieved spiritual awakening, the great enlightenment. Again, all these things, every individual has the right to obtain for him or herself. That's the beauty of it. When you don't, nobody cares what. You gotta just do it again. Well, no, that's all. Ain't no if buts about it. And this is the hieroglyph for what they call the followers of Netarianism, the Shimsu Netters. That means the followers of God. Followers of Netter. God is Netter is God. We didn't have the word God. The ancients didn't have the word. God wasn't back then. We didn't use the God word. It was Netter. Again, the flag. And this is symbolically the boat that he transfers on a day. And this is you. Okay, see the feet? When you're going that way, you're going the right way. They got legs going the other way. That's set. That means you're going the wrong way. See, they understood, and all this is hieroglyphics. You can understand it. I do, because I study and learn. But I can look at it and see and understand what it means. They start to go back to memes and pictograms right now. Why? You can say more with a picture than you could say words. We understand it. Picture makes 1,000 words. It speaks for itself. Let me wrap it up for you again. I appreciate you being tuning in. This is good stuff. I hope you're getting it. But the term Neterias, again, was derived from the name Shita Neta, those who follow the spiritual path of right thinking philosophy or Shita Neta are therefore referred to as Neterians or right thinkers. Same thing, same philosophy. Okay, the same thing. Okay, wrapping it up. Neterianism is the essence excuse me, not as the science. Netteria is the science, meaning it's been proven scientifically as netter. That is the study of the secret or the mystery of netter, aka God. Now, the enigma is of that which transcends your ordinary consciousness from ignorant state, but from which will all creation arises. You have to become conscious, and it's in you. You just got to bring it out. And watch this: the world do not come from nothing, nor is it sustained by nothing. What that means? Spirit and consciousness runs the world. That can manifest, make anything. That's what the power of God is all about. Now, in His image, we can do the same thing. We manifest from a thought, a feeling, and a desire. So that's what God's showing you. Where we at? Wrap it up again. Now, rather, watch this. It didn't start from nothing, didn't maintain by nothing. What it means is, rather, it is a manifestation of that which is what? Beyond time and space. That's God. He ain't on our time. That's what it says. God on his own. Yeah, because he got eternity. He ain't no time. He ain't no timetable. He ain't no schedule. We are in this dimension. But watch this. He go beyond time and space, but which at the same time permeates and maintains the fundamental elements that makes this world go round. Nature, he put out in place before he put us here. We did that lesson already again too. Wrapping it up, taking it home. In other words, it is the substratum of creation and the essential nature of all that exists. So those who follow the netter may be referred to as netterians, just like Christians follow Christianity, are Christians. Okay, same thing. Ain't nothing changed. Hope you got the message. Hope you understood it more. And practice it, and you'll find out for yourself it works. And in closing, right there, because me, y'all live to be 100, me, 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers have passed away. I'll be right back. Ooh-wee.